Hey guys, I'm Aaron and this is SketchUp for iPad Square One, where we take a look at the fundamentals of using SketchUp for iPad. Today, we're going to talk about the line tool. So line tool is like probably one of the most basic drawing commands you can use in SketchUp for iPad. It's it's lines. It's things that go from one point to another, and we're going to talk about all the different ways you can create them right now. Okay, so we're going to start here in the line tool. So it is part of the default tool set. So it does show up here. You have to go into the hidden tools. It's right here. When you click on it, you do get the flyout menu, and I have a series of options here for constraining to different axes. We'll talk about all of those in just a second. The first thing I want to talk about is how do we put this in. And again, just like all the other tools, or many of the other tools, we have 4 different ways we can actually create a line. So right now, I am currently, if I hit settings, I'm in just draw mode. So when I'm in just draw mode, to draw a line with line tool, I take my pencil, put it on the screen, and draw a line. That's what it is. You just draw lines with just draw mode. It does, so it will come up as you draw it. It'll tell you the length. If you tap on the length, of course, you have the option to come in here and type in an exact length, hit enter, and it will change to that length. This stays up here until you go to another command or you start drawing another line. So this little pop-up, this length pop-up, this measurement box, will stay here until you do something else. So if I decide, oh, I don't actually want it to be 15, I want it to be 13, I can come back and I can change it as many times as I want, as long as I don't keep going. So speaking of keeping going, this endpoint that has been created is currently like your start point. So if I come over here and start drawing again, it's going to draw from that last point. The line tool automatically assumes that when you draw a line, you want to draw another line from the end of that first point to wherever your next one is, regardless of mode, of how I'm inputting. So that doesn't matter. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and undo these. Undo just as a shortcut. Bonus learning, 2 fingers taps on the screen will undo. I'm gonna go ahead and change to click, move, click, and then we'll draw some more lines. So with this, it's just a little bit more work than with just draw, in that I want to do kind of a hard press. So to start a line, I'm gonna come over, see as I move around, I have the little length cursors following the tip of my pencil. And when I find the point I want to go to, I'm going to hard press to it, and that starts the line. And now when I find where I want to end it, hard press the second time, and I get the line. Again, I can set the length if I want. Coming out and hard pressing another time is going to get that next line. Pretty simple. Let's talk about drawing with touch with this tool right here. So very similar. If I just click and start moving my finger, of course, I jump into orbit. We've already talked about that with navigation. If I want to start drawing a line, I'm just going to do a hard press there, hard press there. It's hard to show hard presses, but trust me, I was push there, I get a line. Same thing, I can put in a length there if I want to. The final option, of course, is inputting with your mouse. So if I bring my mouse over here, I get the little cursor that pops up, the little cursor, and just clicking the left mouse button starts it, clicking again ends it. And that's a line with mouse. Pretty simple, pretty easy. All right, I'm gonna go ahead and go into my preferred method of input. So I'm gonna come up here, change back to just draw, and we're gonna talk about some of the options you have, the sub-menu here that comes up when you're in line. The first 3 options are axes locks. So as I click here, I'm gonna go ahead and start a line. If inferencing is automatically going to lock me to axes as I get close to them. So as I come up here on blue, near where blue would be, near where green would be, near where red would be, it's going to automatically lock to those points. If I'm in a situation where I want to lock to that axis, but I can't hover or move my cursor to it, I can constrain so I'm always on those. So if I turn on the red axis lock and I start drawing, it doesn't matter where I put my cursor or my pencil on the screen, it's going to get as close to that pencil as it can whilst staying locked to that axis. This is a little bit different if you're an existing SketchUp user. It's a little bit different because you choose your axis lock before you start drawing. So if I hit green now, as I start drawing, I can only move there. Blue, same thing. Same thing goes for my magenta lock. So I have a parallel and a perpendicular lock here. So if I turn on my perpendicular lock, it's going to always go perpendicular to whatever that next line is. See that? Parallel is going to always draw a parallel. Well, this is not a good example for parallel because, you know, parallel to a line is just a continuation of the line. So if I come back, if I turn on parallel and I come here, there it is parallel to that last line. And that's pretty much all I can think about with inputting lines. Obviously, lines are a key point to doing a lot of different input. They're going to have to do with point snapping, which is in a different video. We'll do another video on inferencing. When it comes to creating faces, they're a key point. But the important part with that we wanted to show you is the different ways you can go about actually creating a line. Super quick, super easy, and it works with whatever your preferred method of input is. If you like that video, go ahead and click like down below. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe. We create several videos each and every week around here, and you'll be notified of all of them if you subscribe. Most importantly, though, please leave us a comment. What do you think of SketchUp for iPad so far? How often do you use Line Tool? What's your preferred method of input? We like making these videos a lot. We like them even more when they're showing something you want to see. Thank you.